Okay, so here we go. Example number 3 with the quadratic formula. Notice, first of all, that everything is not equal to 0. So let's just, for fun, we are going to move everything to the right-hand side and have that negative in the front. So let's say this is 0 equals, and I'm subtracting this one to the other side. Make sure that you write it starting with x squared, then x, then the constant, or k squared, k, then the constant. So it's going to be negative 4k squared plus 8k plus 8. All right, now we can write out our a, b, and c. A is a number in front of the variable squared, so it's going to be negative 4. B is a number in front of the variable by itself, so it's going to be 8. And then c is the constant on the end. All right, starting with our formula. Negative b, so negative 8 plus or minus square root, plus or minus square root. Then we have b squared minus 4c, b squared minus 4c, so it's going to be b squared minus 4 times a times c. And by the way, the reason that I write things in parentheses is because 8 squared is 64, but if we moved up here, negative 6 squared is positive 36, but what a lot of people will do is they'll say, oh, this is negative 6 squared. So that is actually negative 36. So it's important that you put it in parentheses just so you make sure you get the correct values there. Okay, and then it goes over to a, and you can tell my voice is fading a little bit now. Okay, and this is all equal to k because this is the solution to the k there, but we do want to make it look a little bit prettier, so let's just go ahead and start simplifying. All right, just like before, we're going to go to Desmos and we're just going to type in that entire thing, and of course, if you have a calculator, you can do that on there as well. So let's go to Desmos, and we're going to type in 8 squared minus 4 times negative 4 times 8, and we're going to get 192. Okay, so it's going to be negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 192 over 2 times negative 4, which is negative 8. Okay, and now we are going to take the number inside of the radical, and we're going to see if we can't pull some things out here. So I'm just going to move over to the side. I'm going to do 192, and let's see if we can do some factors here. So 192 is obviously divisible by 2 because it has a even number on the end. So let's divide it by 2, and we're going to go to Desmos. 192 divided by 2, we're going to get 96. 96 is also divisible by 2, so I'm going to divide that by 2. Going to get 48. All right, coming back. 48 is also divisible by 2, so we can divide that by 2. 2 and 24, and then 24 is divisible by 4 and 6, and I realize that I'm running out of my factor tree, so I'm just going to come over to the right. This is very unfortunate. I should have left some more room. So I'm just going to start here. Okay, and 4 is 2 and 2, and 6 is 2 and 3. Okay, and let's bring down all of our 2's so they're all in the same line together. This is a really, really big factor tree. Okay, so we are going to circle our pairs. We have a pair of 2's right here. We have a pair of 2's here. And we have a pair of 2's right here. So what we're going to be pulling out is 2 times 2 times 2. So just taking out one of each, and it's all going to be multiplied because a factor tree is multiplying. Okay, so that's why it's still multiplied there. All right, so what we're going to be taking out is actually 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So we're going to be taking out an 8, and what's going to be left on the inside is that lonely, lonely little 3 there. So we're going to take out the 8, and inside the radical, we're going to be left over with the 3, and then on the denominator, we're going to have negative 8. Okay, so now we can reduce this because each number is divisible by something. And hopefully you can tell they're all divisible by 8. So I'm just going to divide every single one of these by 8. Negative 8 divided by 8 is negative 1. So this is going to be -1. 8 divided by 8 is 1, so that is just going to be 1 root 3. But anything times 1 is itself, so it's just going to be root 3. And then on the bottom, we're going to have -8 divided by 8, which is still -1. So we're going to be -1 on the bottom. Okay. This does not look very pretty, though. The reason that it doesn't look very pretty is because whenever you divide something by 1, you should really just get itself. So I'm going to divide everything by -1, meaning that I'm going to change the signs on these things. So let's divide by -1. -1 divided by -1 is +1. Dividing this by -1 is actually going to be the same because it has both of the signs in there. So still plus or minus root 3. Then, since I am dividing it by -1, I don't have to write that anymore. That just means flip the signs on the things on top. So this is our final answer for k. And let's just write it as the two solutions. K equals 1 plus the root 3, and k equals 1 minus root 3. Okay, and the big thing about the quadratic formula is people are like, I don't know when to stop solving, and I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. So mainly you just see if there's anything that you could possibly simplify inside of the radical, outside of the radical, wherever it may be, and you should be okay with that answer there. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be very happy to help you out. Goodbye.